Gentlemen, how you doing? Hope everyone has a good day. This is the December 10th, 2019. Getting ready for the new year, just like you are. Essentially, this is a channel to help us become better men. Designed for men, for the better of men, and men only. This is just how it is, and this is how it's going to go. Today, I want to discuss the ability of walking away and not arguing with people, and what I've learned from it. A couple stories that'll go along with this, and this is how we'll operate. But Bruce Lee had a very, very famous quote. It says, "You will continue to suffer if you have an emotional reaction to everything that's said to you. True power is sitting back and observing with logic. If you react to anything that anyone says, anybody will have power over you." And it's very true, not just what Bruce said, but in so many different realities of that play in life. For instance, if you're going to argue with your boss about a simple thing you disagree on, that'll furthermore him look down upon you, you know. It's something you don't want to having a mindset like this. Have the ability to walk away. I understand it doesn't matter what is said to you, whether it be wrong or right, whether you're in the wrong or right, actually. And understanding that you don't need to argue with anybody. You shouldn't argue with anybody. And I feel like with that being said, people will respect you more. And I felt that on a personal level, not just from work and not just with girlfriends and not with just women in general, right? You know, you can have plenty of women girlfriends, women associates, women bosses. And if you argue with them, the more they're going to provoke you into arguing with them. It's kind of ironic the way it works. But you can go into something, but who likes to argue more than anybody? It's women. And when you argue with women, you're giving them that validation, that sense, hey, you know, this cat likes to go back and forth. Let me get him riled up. And that's just how it is, and that's how it works. You know, and I've seen this in and out of multiple different relationships. I've been with a woman where she wants to rile me up because she knows that I'm gonna get here if we're arguing about a goddamn pizza pot, you know? And with that being said, I mean, I think it's very, very true what Bruce puts into it. You know, to have this mindset, and understand that, hey, that I am the strongest person in the room, not in the physical sense, but in the mental sense. The strongest power you can have is the mental sense. Going into the room and understanding, hey, I'm the strongest person in this room, is your ability to walk away and to learn not to argue. You know, when you're walking away from things, I'm not just talking about arguments, but I'm talking about jobs, opportunities, family members, friends, women, relationships. When you can walk away in situations like this will make you the strongest person you can be. The feeling of being alone is hard to adjust to at first. It's one of my many weaknesses that I still juggle with this day. But if you can understand that no one, that you don't need anybody, you know, that makes you stronger than anyone in the room. Understand, hey, I can go home and do this by myself. And being able to walk away from a woman shows many things, and it proves many things. Being able to walk away with a woman says, you know, I don't need you. I don't need your validation. I don't need your sex. I don't need your pussy. You know, I don't need you because she cooks. You know, I don't need you to cook for me. I don't need you to do a damn thing for me because I don't need you. But when you walk away from a woman, it's going to give you more power. It gives you more leeway when you walk away from people. Let's just say an opportunity comes to you. Hey, let's say you have a great job. You work at a car dealership. Well, you're working at Honda right now, but Mercedes approaches you. And they say, hey, well, we want to hire you, and we'll do this, and this for you. All right, well, you know, you want to think about it for a second. Of course, like Bruce said, think about it logically. Before you put yourself in a scenario. Not everything's greener on the other side, right? And you might be obligated to want to do this because it's Mercedes over Honda. This is a small example. But if you show the ability to walk away when Mercedes approaches you, when you walk away when Mercedes approaches you, I guarantee you they'll come back with a better deal, with a better office, with a better whatever it is. They'll offer you a company car or whatever the hell it is. Because you're showing them, hey, you know, I don't need this. I don't need just because you have a luxurious this. You have a luxurious pussy, you know. I don't need my family because, oh, we have this type of money. You have this, you know this person. You don't need, you know, the ability to walk away makes you stronger in every sense of the word. Every sense of the word. And it shows that you're not obligated to anybody. And putting that on the table gives people more respect for you. Hey, you're gonna have to earn a lot more. Hey, but you're gonna put a lot more on the table for me to want to do this. You know, and I'm willing to walk away because I don't need it. I don't need you. I don't need this job. I don't need this friend. I don't need you to be my friend. I don't need you to be my lady. You know what I mean? There's plenty of pussy out there. There's plenty of jobs out there. You know, and as long as you have your mindset and the ability to understand that, hey, the things are gonna come to me no matter what. They will always come to you no matter what. There's a book called The Secret. If you haven't read it, you should read it. And it's very true what it says. It's very true. Where your mindset is what's going to come to you. It'll be the smallest thing, be a fucking parking spot. You know, you start with the parking spot. You know, say, I envision this parking spot there. You know, 9 times out of 10, it might be there. But if you don't believe in it at all, it's probably not going to happen. If you hope for that every day, you wake up hoping for that every day, it's not going to happen. That's a small example. But if you put yourself in a position to win, you're going to win. You know, and your ability to walk away is going to play into that too. You know, a lot of people get a lot of different offers. You know, let's just say NFL players, stuff like that. You know, we're like, hey, well, we want you to go play for Oakland, but you're in Dallas right now. You know, you're like, well, Dallas might not win the championship. But your ability to sit there and say, no, let me wait for the bigger offer on the table, it might provide you more money, you know. It's little situations like that play into it. And you never want to argue with anybody. Never give anyone the time of day of arguing. And that's something that we all battle with. It's very hard not to argue with your lady that's in your fucking ear all the time. I know. It's very hard not to argue with your mother about shit that she wants you to do, but you don't want to fucking do, you know. It's simple as that. When you show them, hey, I don't need you. You know, I don't need your call. I don't need your pussy. I don't need the money that you're paying me, you know, for us to argue. And it's as simple as that. As simple as that. But that's my little 2 cents on it, is the ability to walk away. A lot of things will come to you. For instance, this last year, I dated a hell of a woman, right? Well, you know, when you get into relationships and stuff, you get to the cupcake phase, the honeymoon phase, they call it, right? And, you know, you're so in love with them. Before you know it, sometimes if you don't come in a situation as the most masculine person that you can be, the most masculine man that you can be, you will be walked on. And, you know, I put myself in that position. Before you know it, I find myself arguing with this very feminine woman about feminine things, you know. And that's when you're giving your feminine energy. When you give that to a woman, it's going to bring a masculine energy right back. It's going to bring a strong masculine energy to the point where she might not even address you the same. She's going to fuck you the same you fuck her right? But she's not going to address you the same. She's going to make decisions by herself before, consulting you about things, even though she used to go about them before. For instance, I was with this one lady, you know, things playing into a honeymoon phase. But then when I'm out of it, I realize I'm arguing with her. She's got me to the point where I'm arguing with her about everything. But I gave her this power because, you know, every time she would come to argue, she knew what she could push. She knew what she could say. And she knew I would still be there because I wasn't walking away. I'd argue with her, and I wouldn't walk away. And I would play it back and forth. Before you know it, I have no power in this relationship. You know, and that's the worst thing you can have as a male. You got to have them on the tip of their toes every day. Tell them, hey, it's going to be this way or the fucking highway. And understand when they don't do it the way that you want them to do it, that you're going to walk away and you have no fucking problem walking away. That's the biggest thing as males now. We want to sit around and play. Or you're like, oh, you know, this is the last time, and they do it. No. You need to be this way in every sense of the way. Someone says, you know, I'm going to be there at 9 a.m. All right. Well, if they're not there at 9 a.m., be willing to walk away from the meeting. All right, well, look, we're going to pay you by here. Look, if they're not going to pay you on the same day, let's say they're going to pay you the 15th. They don't pay you by the 15th, you're willing to walk away. You're walking away. Because the next time something is approached, that's the whole thing right there. Something is approached. They're going to give you what they need to give you because they understand the kind of man that you are, what you bring to the table, what you stand for, and what you won't. It's just as simple as that. You know, a lot of things in your life will be improved because if you go about it this way. It's a simple thing. It's like what they say, absence makes people miss you. And that's the same way in the business sense, in the work sense, in the relationship sense, in the getting pussy sense, in the family sense. If your family's not going to respect you, I don't give a fuck who they are. I don't care if you depend on them. You need to leave. You need to understand, hey, I'm gonna leave you alone because you're not putting respect on my name. You're not giving me the time of day. You're not respecting what I'm telling you. You know, and I don't care if you're young. I don't care if you're old. You have to come to the table and understand that you're willing to walk away. Women will chase you. Jobs will chase you. Money will chase you. Friends will chase you for your time of day. There's another saying, and it's like, I want to say, I couldn't tell you. It was a Greek philosopher said it, right? And he says, well, how come I never see you? He says, because I'd rather you say, where have you been, friend, than why are you here again? It's being missed. Your absence is everything. You have to play your absence into everything. Yeah, I love my chick, right? But I'm not going to spend 24 fucking hours with her again. And I'm sure as fucking in moving in with her, I'm never moving in with a chick again, quite frankly, you know? We're not on the purple pill, you know? We're here to be alpha men. And your ability to walk away is going to prove a lot about not just your character, but the man that you are, you know? And that's everything. Integrity is everything. Understanding this man doesn't play, people will treat you different. You will fuck better pussy. You will drive better cars. You will have better situations if you understand that you can walk away and never argue. Strive away from arguing. Arguing with someone's disrespecting you. Otherwise, in my eyes, walk away. Don't argue with a woman. What does that prove? You're validating her. Hey, I got him here. I know what I can get him. Never do that. Never validate a woman, especially with arguing. Never validate her to begin with. But never argue with somebody if they're gonna. Just never argue. Never argue. And I learned that more and more every day. You know, I used to be the type of guy, very aggressive. I'm very aggressive. You know, I'm an addicted personality, and I want to be here and sit here and argue this chick. You know, I used to be an arguing in politics. I'd argue about Obama all day. I'd argue about Trump all day. There's no reason to. There is no reason to. There's no point to have that kind of nonsense in your life. And when they realize that you're the type of dude that you're gonna sit there and shut the fuck up, and you're not gonna dabble in this nonsense, they're gonna say, hey, this guy, he's sharper than us. He's gonna be more attractive. Everything's gonna be better on this market, but you have to be willing to walk away from the argument, walk away from people, walk away from family members, walk away from women. And sometimes that's hard for us because people don't want to be alone. People don't want to walk away from jobs because they've been there 10 years. Fuck it. You have to understand that things are going to keep coming to you. You have to have that, as AMS says, that abundance mindset. Things will keep coming to you. Women, friends, family, whatever it is, money, but you have to have that mindset. If you're worried about every dollar that you spend, making $40K a year, you're gonna sit there and make $40K a year the rest of your life. Because you're worried about it, stressing about it. Not thinking that I'm ever going to make more than $40K. I'm going to sit at $40K the rest of my life. I'm going to budget this way for $40K. Now, you need to get your mind together and say, hey, next year I'm going to make $100K, and this is how I'm going to make $100K, and this is how I'm going to budget $100K. But it'll never come to you if you never have that mindset and that ability to walk away from a job like that. Walk away from an average pussy. Walk away from a family member that has no respect for you. But that's all I got in for it today, I haven't really named the channel yet. I'll call it Don's Advice, something like that. But that's it for the day, gentlemen. Hope you have a good night.